I'm sure you recognize this manga.
This image. Yep,
I love
that one. I'm pretty sure you've seen it all over
Never.
the internet, as I have, in many different meme formats. It's one of the better memes that
I love her. She sings nice.
came out during the year of 2021, and I honestly still love it to this day. My favorite one is when they use it within Soulsborne formats. But
I'm
who's
sad because she's crying. I want her to be happy. Every time I see this image, I cry.
the girl on the left? What series is she
Why
from?
is she crying about?
I did a little bit of research, and by a little bit of research, I just basically hopped in my Discord server after someone had posted the image, and I asked him, do you actually know what series that's from?
I think this is from the Maya people, like the Maya tribe in the past, the Maya kingdom.
And they actually did. And it's from a series known as Magical Girl Sight.
Okay, so
now,
it's not Maya. It's not from the past.
Let the name not fool you at all. And even though this is listed as a shonen, this series is
It's Mahou Shoujo, the title.
one of the most ridiculous things I have ever read. At least part of it that I've read, because, well, I'll get into that. And the reason I say
Please show love for my girl.
ridiculous is because I have no idea how this could be targeted towards a younger audience with how graphic and dark it can
Oh,
get.
nice.
The
Now I
iconic
like
image
it.
from this series, the one that's in the thumbnail, is actually the main character of the story, Aya. And this is later on in the story, about around 100 chapters, and the story has like 130.
Man, I know what I'm gonna do tonight to read everything.
So I'd have to get pretty far to get to this moment. But my God, do I
Oh, this is me in the future.
refuse to keep reading this. Okay, hold on. Wait, before I get ahead of myself, let me explain the basic premise. The protagonist of our story, Aya, is a girl who gets bullied beyond any reasonable belief
Oh, fuck.
by
Man, this remembers, oh, the past was nice.
her classmates. Her life sucks. She also gets abused at home. And so amidst this abuse, she gets contacted by the magical girl Sight and becomes a magical
Oh, she sings beautiful. I like her.
girl, which gives her this power. She uses this power and accidentally kills 2 people. She then meets her classmate, who's also a magical girl, and they talk about what's known as the Tempest, this sort of what could be apocalyptic event.
Okay, this is like 66666 everything. Man, this is the most crazy manga panel I've ever seen in my life.
That is going
The
to
pyramids.
happen. And it's like this whole mystery, essentially, as to who's behind the magical girl Sight
Oh my god, I'm in love with this
and
person,
what this
with this
Tempest
character.
thing is. If you want some sort of correlation, kind of like how Gantz chooses people. And so that's pretty much the premise of the story so far. There's all these other magical girls around the entire world as we figure out there's more and more and more of them. And the more that they use their powers, the more that it actually affects their lifespan, if you will. So the premise
Man,
doesn't actually
I don't want to use my powers if I'm gonna live less. It's not worth it.
sound
Like
all
I'm gonna help somebody and I'm gonna die. I don't want that. You die. I don't want to die. You fucking die in my place.
that bad. And at first, even though I thought the bullying and the way that the story presents things, which again I'll get into more of in a bit, it was a bit over the top. At least it gave me a protagonist, a character that I could see some potential for some legitimate
Yeah, she cries every chapter.
development, but at least it gave me a character that I could like. If I had to point out any positives, and I guess the art style can be pretty cool sometimes, and the facial expressions are extreme, so you could feel the emotion. It's
This is
just
the only thing you can say good. The only good thing you can say about this anime.
It's-
This manga.
This is where I get into the negatives, and I'm only like 30 chapters in, and I
No,
don't
man, it
wa-
gets good. Like I think the 130 it becomes like to be very good.
to read anymore. Okay, so outside of the main character, every other character that gets introduced, these magical girls, this is exactly what they condense to. It's, oh, I'm a cute anime lolly, but psych, I'm actually a psychopathic murderer. That is, and I'm not exaggerating, that is all of their personalities. None of them really
I think this is a very great personality. Like I'm gonna be a psycho. I'm gonna kill everybody. I hate everybody.
stand
No, it's not a good personality. Like hug your parents. Like kiss your grandma. Like walk your dog. Don't do that. Don't kill people.
out from another one, other than from their designs and their powers a
I
little
think killing people it's kind of bad. You know, it kind of
bit.
sucks.
And I guess some of them are more serious than others that act a bit more cutesy. But at the end, it's always, aha, I'm a cute little, and then it just completely switches into this overly just serious, I'm gonna kill you scene. The story is edgy,
wanna see
and
this.
look, I don't like throwing out the term edgy like that because I think people mistake a dark tone within a story for edgy. Edgy is using a dark tone or over-the-top dark moments without any...
Pills are edgy, man. If you're taking pills, if you're taking Ozempic and that stuff, like, you're edgy.
sort of legitimate justification. It doesn't contribute anything to
like this is what happens with you. Like, you become like this. Like, this is a very edgy guy. Like, he took a lot of Ozempic, I don't know.
world building of the story, into the building up
like, I don't think this is a great family, to be honest. I prefer to be myself.
a specific villain. It doesn't build up the tension within the story that way. It contrasts the bright moments. Stories like Tokyo Ghoul, Berserk, etc., they have very dark moments, and yeah, you could argue some edgy ones as well, but overall it offers so much more. This story would kind of go along similar lines like Jujika no Rokunin.
Man, only edge is like only chocolate. You still like it. Like, oh my god, only chocolate. I want more.
The only difference is Jujika no Rokunin is actually a compelling thriller at the beginning of the story and gives me something to be hooked onto. This story doesn't have that at all. Did I say already that the characters suck? I don't like saying that. I don't like being harsh. I really don't. But I can't find anything legitimately compelling about any of these characters outside of the main one. The motivations for a lot of these characters are also some of the most uninspired things ever. And the conflicts...
Maybe the motivation is like, I want to be friendly with my neighbors. This is my motivation, to be honest.
They're uninteresting, considering the fact that...
I want to recycle my trash. This is my real motivation in life. Like, I was born to, like, help the neighbors.
Even this early on within the story, characters who you think would either be dead or stay on the antagonistic side for a while just get kind of swapped around on sides, and it's just really weird. Okay, really quick, just to go back to the characters, actually. There's one, and again, this is just to kind of tell you that I'm not exaggerating on how edgy it is. The chapter starts off with her...
I want to see this. I like when it's very edgy.
Cutting herself. Like, flat out cutting herself. And then her character is essentially like, oh, she needs to
Wait, this is a shonen manga, so maybe like when Luffy blows his finger, he becomes a giant and everything. So her way to transform is like doing those
meds
weird
to function,
habits.
And then if she doesn't take meds, she just starts like repeating over and over again, I need to cut myself, I need to cut myself, I need to cut myself. And it's
man, I need to feed my dog.
I would find this extremely entertaining if I was some sort of degenerate Discord moderator. And I mean the worst of the worst. And the only reason I might find this a little bit entertaining at times is because of how
there's nothing. I find this entertaining too, to be honest. I love that.
Laughable it can be. Because it's an absolute mess. Because the story starts off to be like this thing that could turn into very similar to Platinum's End, this battle royale within the Magic Girls.
Awesome battle royale, awesome! I love this, man. I could have one with my neighbors, but it would be a battle of love. Like, I help you with your grass, you help me with my, I don't know, my secret dark magic and fighting demons from another dimension. This is true friendship.
Where it's like, oh, they're picking each other off one by one, and then in the end there's only going to be one maybe, and then that turns into this whole other thing where instead now all the magical girls are getting wiped out when we just got introduced to all
man, I lost in League of Legends. I cry like this.
These new ones that we never even get to meet. It's just like, I don't even know what the story's really trying to go for, and I'm already 30 chapters in. I already like it has so much to it that I just don't like and I don't care for, that even the mystery behind who runs this thing...
Die. It's like JoJo. Die. This is the mind of a depressive person. Like, die.
It doesn't even intrigue me.
Wake up 7 a.m. Die. Go to sleep 3 in the morning. Die.
I wish I could compliment the fights if there were really any
the mind of the depressive
legitimate fights of interest to point out. It's just sort of like conflicts that get resolved instantaneously, and the powers and the way that they used kind of suck. Maybe it's because I'm not enjoying it, but even though it feels like this should be a bit of a thriller, it doesn't really pace itself well for me at all. A lot happens within the story, but man, has it been a pain to get through, and I'm only on chapter like 30 something.
30? Have you watched One Piece? Like 30, nothing happens at the chapter 30. Like at the chapter 6, See, she's gonna do something, like maybe she's gonna kill her best friend or something like that, but
Man,
something
I
is
think
gonna
the only
happen, I
saving
think.
grace if one did bother to keep reading it would be the mystery behind the magical girl site and seeing hopefully
And this girl
growth
doesn't seem magic, to be honest. She seems like the devil worker. I don't know.
from the main character, as she has some moments here and there, and like I said, she's extremely likable, but nothing
Likeable.
nothing there's just nothing, man, that keeps me there wanting to keep reading. I took a break for reading Land of the Lustrous. I finally found a
Everybody
colored
loves this one about gems.
version to it, and I took a break from reading that to try this out because I knew I'd eventually want to do a video on it. But nah, man, I think I've seen enough. I think only like Rosario Vampire at the beginning like pissed me off more than this. And I actually heard Rosario Vampire
Oh man, you're talking about the best manga of all time.
like turns into some crazy later on.
I didn't read Rosario.
This I'm never gonna get those hours back I spent reading. Like
This is what? He's carrying this like a trophy,
I'm not.
like a battle, like the eyes is thing, like with the heads, and she's like, my trophy.
I'm just. But as always, that's just my opinion on the series. I gave you the sauce. Now it's up to you to try the sauce out for yourself.
I don't want to try the sauce. Sorry, I don't want to try.
Again, this is just my own personal thoughts. I wouldn't really recommend this series. I would recommend lots of other things before you ever try reading this. But if you want to read it, go ahead. And if you enjoy it,
I think at least 80% of everybody who read the manga, it was just because of the meme. Like, I think that they're just gonna read it because of the meme. And I don't think I need to read this story to understand the meme, because the girl is crying. I think I understand crying. I think I know what crying means. I think I understand this. I don't need to read it.